Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So yeah, today we're doing Gemini Men. So go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, smash that like button, thumbs up, share this with your homies, your friends, whatever. Don't forget to drop your dates down below. Comment, tell us your experiences, if they were different, if they were the same. Comment down below, we want to hear them all. And without further ado, we just about to get right into this. So these Gemini men, I know Gemini men get the worst rep, and half of them be living up to it. I feel like Gemini men get this really bad rep, which Geminis do in general though, for being super like unreliable and flaky and like non-committal. And I just feel like that's like, it's so unfair, because if you honestly Google Geminis, like, that's our nature, but it does not mean that Geminis can't settle. It does not mean that they won't. Like, in general, like, Geminis need a ton of stimulation, and trust me, the men need it more, because they have, if Geminis in general have a short attention span, I feel like the men have an even shorter attention span. Like, everything piques their interest and everything dulls out. So it's like, if you want to be with a Gemini man, I genuinely feel like you have to keep them interested. And I hate saying that, because I know, like, it's like, who got time for that? Or like, no, if you don't like me for who I am, it's just more of like, they just like a variety of things. So yes, they like a woman or a man that is a variety of things. So like, meaning, yeah, if you're like, you do the same thing 24/7, so be it. They're not gonna be mad at that. But like, if you stick to the same things of 24/7, then yeah, your Gemini man might seem like he's constantly looking elsewhere, or like, yeah, he constantly cheats, but in all honesty, he's looking for something different. But if he found everything all different in one person, which those people exist, you genuinely would have your faithful Gemini man. Gemini men are incredibly funny. They have a childlike nature, but like, the jokes are genuinely funny. Like, I honestly get some of my best laughs from a Gemini. Gemini men are the type of men that you want to be around all day. Like, you just can't help but to want to be around them all day, which is why they tend to, like, I feel like they tend to pull away from people, because they don't like that clinginess. But like, people genuinely can't help that you guys have great personalities, right? And it's just like something that draws you in, that you want to be around. Like, if you're having a bad day, you want to call up your Gemini, you know he's gonna say something, he thinks positive, he's gonna give you that energy that you need. They're always game for something fun and exciting. Like, you guys really suck these women in with that charismatic nature, and then other things that go into it that makes these women go crazy. Then y'all paint these women out to be the bad guy, because y'all up and dipping, because that's not something that y'all see yourself settling down with necessarily. I feel like we gotta get into that negative bag, because Gemini men do so many negative things. They know how to fuck with your emotions. Like, they'll have you emotionally wrapped around their finger, all while genuinely not being interested in you. And because like, they do it so well, like, they're such good manipulators when it comes to conversation. Like, those men genuinely can talk and hold a conversation. You be like, oh, he's smart, you know how to hold a conversation, he's intelligent. You really get wrapped up in this crap, when really this man just be telling you anything. He's not gonna genuinely tell you anything about himself unless he genuinely is messing with you like that. So you thinking this man is telling you these things that he's probably connected to, when in reality these are just surface level things. I feel like they really mess with your emotions. Like, they really just take everything, okay? They take everything, and you get wrapped up into it. And especially if you're not a sign that is also like Gemini, or you share those criminal traits, it's very easy for you to fall into that trap. And even some of the signs that aren't easily fall into that trap can easily fall into that trap. Gemini men have very on and off again relationships with certain people and partners. I think people would say, oh, me and him got an on and off again sort of like thing going on. Like, why y'all be doing that? Like, I really want to know. Comment down below why y'all be doing that. But the women that do get a Gemini man to commit fully really has an amazing partner though. Like, they get all of that, and it's honest and true. Like, imagine all of those bad qualities that the Gemini man do if he was true and honest with you, and like, it was the flip. Like, you got all of that and it was positive. Like, y'all really have great relationships, or, you know, some of the best. And listen, ladies, gentlemen, never ever, in general, but never ever try and figure out your Gemini man.
So confusing.
He is a man of many faces. He is the jack of all trades, master of none, if you will. But he definitely is like a different person almost every minute, if we're being honest. Like, it's nothing, you can't really pinpoint a Gemini. So you're not gonna be able to figure him all out. And if you are okay with that,
you have to genuinely be okay with that. Like, genuinely okay.
Then I promise you have a partner for life, because it's really nothing more annoying, I feel like, to Gemini men than to be constantly criticized for like their like nature. Like, it can't be changed. Like, it's not a matter of like they're trying to be different or they're trying to be someone else. They just are. So some days they might be like, hey, you know, I like chocolate, and the next day they might be like, I don't eat chocolate, so I don't even know why you think I want chocolate. I'm telling you, no, I don't eat chocolate. But I feel like a lot of times the women and the men who date Gemini men are often like left kind of feeling like, I guess,
unfulfilled.
Like unfulfilled, or kind of like they don't know their partner. That is knowing a Gemini. That is knowing your Gemini man. To not know him, you know that things change with him. You know that things are going to be different. You know that he might, like I said, eat chocolate one day and he might not the other. You know, to, if you will, always ask, because trust me, a Gemini man is always going to ask you questions. So just ask him like, oh, do you want chocolate? Because I know you like normally want chocolate, but you might not today. And he'll be, that honestly will make him feel like you do know him. You know that things change with him. And listen, I'm giving y'all the key right now.
It's hard.
I'm giving y'all the key right now because people love to say you can't figure out Geminis and leave it at that. But not knowing that you can't figure out Geminis is knowing them.
Yeah.
It's always different.
I feel like that is very hard for, you know, a lot of people who want to know their sign. An example, like Scorpios, like, we need to know everything about our partner. So not being able to figure out your partner is just like, it can be frustrating. Like, it can be annoying. And I don't know, I personally don't like to go down that road, because I know how I am when it comes to certain things, that I will avoid certain people. So if you could avoid, you know, dating Geminis, if you know that's something that's going to frustrate you, I would suggest that you do, you know, for your own good, because honestly, you can get your feelings hurt. You're going to be unfulfilled and unsatisfied. I feel like all relationships honestly take time, and I believe things should happen organically, but I guess it can be frustrating to be with somebody for like 10 years and genuinely not know what they like. But Geminis do have their way of loving you, though. They do have a certain way about showing you love and affection. So I don't want to say that it's all bad, because I know it sounds like we're saying it's all bad, kind of, sort of, but it's not. Like, genuinely, if you could genuinely grasp the compromise that it'll take to be with a Gemini, because I think if you're somebody who needs to compromise, you're going to have to compromise. Like, it's just, honestly, there's no way around it. Like, you have to compromise. I think that you can genuinely have a great partner, somebody that's gonna forever be there for you, gonna forever have your back. Like, Geminis will genuinely have your back. Like, those are your friends for life. Like, he's gonna be your lover, homie, friend, all of that wrapped into one. Like, I feel like they can be the genuine, complete package if they stop, you know, finessing the girls. You know, the Gemini men, y'all know when y'all put that charm on, y'all know exactly what y'all doing. These are the type of guys that's going to throw the bait out and reel you right the fuck in. Like, you getting reeled in. And I don't know, you gonna bite it, make sure you know what you're chewing on. I don't think Geminis are faithful. We're interested. Like, Gemini men are interested. But see, this is what I mean. And if they're not interested, then they can't stay. I mean, in all honesty, but I'm
gonna say this because I told you guys, I know people want us to drag Gemini men, but I genuinely feel like if you want to, like, I feel like they're like the realest in men in the zodiac when it comes to being clear about their intentions. Because if you think about their polar opposite, Sagittarius men, they will absolutely stick in the relationship knowing they don't want to be there, or they'll stay around knowing that they don't like you. Like, isn't that worse though than somebody just like up and leaving?
I said that all
and
the
just
time.
like, okay, I don't like you anymore.
Okay.
Like, they find somebody new. Like, I mean, at least you get the picture. And I do think though it is definitely wrong to leave people on, or to just drop people without without warning. But I also feel like that's just, I mean, that's gonna be how some people are. That's not all Gemini men. But I definitely feel like it's just a matter of interested. If you keep a Gemini man interested for life, you have your Gemini man. Like, they genuinely love a woman that keeps them on their toes, because they tend to keep you on your toes.
They gonna keep you on your toes.
So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people say, like, Gemini men are unreliable and unfaithful, but in all honesty, they're uninterested. Not to be rude, but, like, that's just the truth. Like, they like to stay stimulated. They like to stay interested. They like variety, and they like that in everything. Not just you, not just their partner, in everything.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with a lot of flirting, because Geminis love to say that they ain't flirting. You gotta deal with a lot of flirting.
Oh gosh.
And I know what flirting is. Flirting is flirting. And Geminis, they like to have conversations with people, and I think sometimes they on purpose act oblivious to the flirting that's going on, because they may not be interested in that person, but you definitely know that person is flirting with you. Like, you know exactly what you're doing. Like, they love saying that they're not flirting, and that they're just talking. Like, no, you're flirting.
Ladies,
that
if
is
you're,
a problem.
ladies, gentlemen, if your Gemini man is quote unquote flirting, genuinely, you will know if he has interest in somebody else.
I guess.
It is genuine, just conversation. Like, he is not interested in that person. It is just conversation. While it might come off to some ears very differently, but trust me, you will know if your Gemini man is interested in somebody else, or it's just regular conversation.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. There's just something charismatic about them men. Like, it's just, I know I keep saying the same thing, but when I think about a Gemini, like, I genuinely think that they are, like, charismatic as fuck. But also, I think that when you're getting to know your Gemini, though, like, you should really listen to what it is that they're saying, and decide for yourself whether or not you think that what they're saying is genuinely deep or not. Because Geminis have a great way of getting you to talk about yourself without mentioning anything about themselves. I would say, if you genuinely want to know your Gemini, make sure that you guys are having genuine conversations. So, you know, when things might go south, if they go south, you know, he can't say, well, technically, you know, like, we don't really know each other, or you don't really know me. He can't pull that card. Like, make sure that y'all are having genuine conversations. Like, genuinely take the time to listen to them, and try your best to get to know them.
So I do feel like I said at the beginning of the video, the key to keeping your Gemini man is keeping him interested. Like, that's just the best way that I can describe it. Like, while I know that's not necessarily 100% going to work, but keeping him interested and keeping him on his toes and giving him something different, I feel like you're definitely gonna have your Gemini man for whatever time you shall be. Because I'm personally just a person who believes in fate. If this is not meant to be, it's not gonna be meant to be. But yeah, Gemini men though can be awesome and amazing partners if you're willing to, you know, get past some things. As with anybody, they honestly have a lot of love to give. Geminis in general love very, very hard, believe it or not. That's why we seem so detached and whatnot, because
they do.
Tapping into that emotional side that we know we have, we don't just want to offer that up to anybody, a lot of people, or anybody at all. So you might only ever meet a Gemini man who probably says, oh, like, my longest relationship was like a week or so. He literally doesn't, it's not so much of just like, hey, Geminis want to find the one. Okay, believe it or not, Gemini men want to find the one,
and they're gonna always be in search of finding the one. So they're gonna be hopping from body to body to body until they get that one.
And when they do, they're gonna be stuck.
But they are loyal. Then they can be loyal to a fault. Like, Gemini men can, if they're really in love with you, they can be forgiven of a lot of things. Believe it or not, and I've seen it firsthand. Some things you're like, really, you just gonna let that? Oh, that's interesting. But when they not, and they on they I feel like dogging somebody something, they gonna do them. But also, like she said, if you keep them interested, then you're gonna have somebody that's gonna love you 100% all the way. No ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Okay, Gemini men, let us know what you thought in the comment section. Let us know if we were right. Let us know if we were wrong. Drop your dates. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you've had an experience with a Gemini man, or if you're dating a Gemini man, let us know what you thought. And we will see you guys in the next video.